Coming up this morning on Action News, we update you on the effort to rescue husky puppies trapped in an underground pipe. Officials say it's now over. The last one had been rescued just before the weekend, though not all of them survived. We'll share the latest. Plus, the recall effort against Yakima County Coroner Jim Curtis is on to the signature stage, which opens in about 2 weeks. He can appeal the order that found the effort sufficient. Petitioners need to gather some 8,400 signatures for that recall. And over the weekend, trading card enthusiasts gathered at the hub of Kennewick to connect and enjoy the hobby. From rare collections to popular cards, folks are already looking forward to the next one. We'll have that story and more coming up as you start your day with us right here on Action News. Good Monday morning, everybody. I'm Dave Furtado.
And I'm meteorologist Jefferson Donovan.
And Jefferson, we were expecting it, and it is again here, a chilly start to the day.
That's
right. Are we expecting to see more sunshine as we kind of work our way through the morning hours?
Yeah, it's going to be another kind of copy and paste day from what we did see over the weekend. Sunshine in the afternoon with cool temperatures following a very chilly morning. Let's take a look out at Yakima this morning. We're not seeing any kind of fog concerns in Yakima. I do want to caution that there are fog concerns for some of us this morning, so if you come across an area of dense fog, please be advised that you're going to need to take things a little bit slower and use those low beam headlights. But again, that fog is very patchy in nature. We're certainly not seeing that this morning in Yakima. It is a cold start to the morning in Yakima, though. Check this out, down to 15 degrees right now with a very light wind. As we are going to be going into the afternoon, we'll see another round of sunshine with highs into the upper 30s. Here's a look at your weather headlines today and going forward. We are going to stay sunny and cool through Wednesday. Thursday will be a bit of a transition day with some clouds returning, and then we are going to see a return to widespread rain and mountain snow on Friday. And in fact, the active weather pattern could continue into the weekend. We'll talk more about all three of these weather headlines in greater depth coming up.
Thanks, Jefferson. We begin this morning in Moses Lake. A Grant County man is facing a slew of charges following a high-speed chase yesterday morning. Officials say troopers with Washington State Patrol say the incident started when the 23-year-old man was traveling north on State Route 17 when he was clocked going 93 miles an hour in a 50-mile-an-hour zone. When authorities attempted to pull him over, he fled, running a red light before losing control of the car, crashing into a utility pole and running from the scene on foot. After a foot chase was started, the suspect attempted to enter the driver's seat of a locked patrol car, but was quickly taken into custody. He is charged with eluding, DUI, driving with a suspended license, ignition interlock violation, resisting arrest, obstruction, and attempted theft of a motor vehicle. The effort to save a husky puppy trapped in a 50-foot pipe under the road in Sunnyside is now over. The last remaining puppy that was still alive is now out of the pipe and being cared for. A rescue team dug the puppy out at about Friday night at about 8 o'clock. Unfortunately, some of the other puppies that were in the pipe didn't survive. We'll be sure to provide updates on the puppies soon. The recall effort against Yakima County Coroner Jim Curtis is nearing the signature phase to put the recall on a ballot for voters to decide. What's called an order of sufficiency for recall charges against Curtis was signed last week, signed by Judge Kevin Knott, County Deputy Prosecuting Attorney Don Anderson, and the petitioners, Attorney Zach Stambaugh, and Curtis's attorneys, Brett Goodman and William Pickett.
And Mr. Goodman, there's a place for you to sign this order to prove it as form only, and that indicates that you're obviously not agreeing with what I ruled, but you are acknowledging that the order does line up with that. So if you wouldn't mind signing that.
Unless Curtis's attorneys appeal the order to the Supreme Court, the petitioners can start gathering signatures in 2 weeks. And a woman who ran for Yakima County Commissioner is one of the January 6th rioters who were pardoned by President Trump. Lisa Homer, who was identified as Lisa Ann Bossell in federal documents, was originally sentenced to 3 years probation in 2022 after pleading guilty to illegally demonstrating inside the U.S. Capitol. Homer was among the thousands of protesters who stormed the U.S. Capitol as Congress was certifying the votes in the 2020 election. Homer ran for county commissioner as a Republican in 2018. The Washington State Parks and Recreation Commission has appointed Lourdes E. Alvarado Ramos as its newest member, a retired U.S. Army Command Sergeant Major and former director of the Washington Department of Veteran Affairs. She brings decades of leadership experience. During her career, Alvarado Ramos led initiatives to support veterans and promote conservation through programs like the Veterans Conservation Corps. Alvarado Ramos aims to enhance access and encourage community involvement in Washington state parks. Her term runs through December 2030, filling the seat vacated by Ken Bounds, who served on the commission for nearly 12 years. Dave Upthegrove serves as Washington's 15th Commissioner of Public Lands, making history as the state's first openly LGBTQ+ statewide executive. With over 2 decades of public service, Upthegrove previously represented the South King County in the State House of Representatives and later on the King County Council, where he worked on preserving public lands, managing growth, and advancing salmon recovery efforts.
I've dedicated my life and my life's work to protecting our environment and serving and supporting the communities of Washington State. And now, at this pivotal moment for our state, our country, and our planet, I am so humbled by the opportunity to lead the finest agency in the state of Washington.
Upthegrove is focused on protecting Washington's air, water, and habitats, strengthening wildfire prevention and response, and ensuring all residents have access to public lands, waters, and forests. After spending 2 weeks in Southern California, local fire crews are returning home. Check this video out. It was posted yesterday morning on Facebook by the Benton County Fire District 1. Leaders of apparatuses are rolling back into the Tri-Cities after supporting firefighting efforts at the Pacific Palisades fire near Los Angeles. BCFD-1 was part of a larger volunteer force to help with the fires, including firefighters from Pasco, Walla Walla, and Prosser. More than 57,000 acres have burned and more than 16,000 structures have been destroyed across the Golden State. And finally, it was an eventful day for card enthusiasts across the Tri-Cities yesterday. Flocks of people could be seen at the Summers Hub of Kennewick Sunday, checking out vendor booths lined with trading cards from all of the American sports leagues, as well as Pokemon, to trade, sell, and buy. Folks we spoke with say the monthly gathering is a fun way to connect with the community and learn more about the hobby.
I got friends in this community. I've been into sports cards my whole life, and then I got into Pokemon years later, and now at age 36, I love sports cards because they help me learn about the players.
While some vendors were only showing off their rare collections, most cards could be found ranging from as low as $1 to as high as $2,000. Organizers tell us the event will be back at the end of February. Now, Jefferson, let's talk weather here. You're a bit of a sports enthusiast. Is that something that would tickle your fancy, some of those trading cards?
Sure. I have a couple binders of football cards, so I would love to go see some of those more rare collections than what I have. Absolutely.
Well, the next one's in February. Might be right up your alley.
Yes,
I will say, though, the sunshine is probably up everybody's alley. We've been dealing the last couple, like 2 weeks ago, we dealt with quite a bit of cloud coverage, seemingly a nice little pattern change here.
Yeah, we've certainly seen the sunshine, the more sunny pattern start last week, and other than that one day, Thursday afternoon into Friday morning, we have continued to see sunshine for the better part of a week, and we will continue to see sunshine for a good portion of this week as well. Today is no exception. After some areas of morning fog, we will break out to mostly sunny skies throughout all of eastern Washington and northeast Oregon, with highs in the mid to upper 30s. Now, there is a pretty drastic pattern change coming. Precipitation is looking very likely as we get towards the end of this week. We will talk about rain and mountain snow chances coming up.
Thanks, Jefferson.